God, that's loud. And some stuff down on my end. Alright. Let's just go. Let's go lucky, because I'm going to hope for some good luck on this run. Is everything working okay? Jimbo, you're going to sort of be my test. Looks all good on my end, but... Good with that. Okay, good. Just as long as it's all base working, and then can go from there. Anything else we add on later. Anything else can be added on later, but the thing is, this is the start of the April streams. And need to make sure it all works down at a basic level. Oh, got a really bad cough. Kind of very annoying. How's your? I guess it's Monday now, isn't it, Jimbo? Still middle of the day, right? You're still in class, I think, aren't you? No, unfortunately, I've already got a starter Pokemon planned. I think I'm gonna go with the with Quaxley, because I haven't actually really used Quaxley. Not that I plan on using it, but I got a cool name for it that I'm gonna pull up so I don't forget. Where did I put it? Oh goodness, it's early on a Monday. Oh, that's why. Yeah, it's the same over here at the moment. I think 2 weeks for Easter over here. I wish I had that luxury of a few weeks off work. Fortunately, I reckon this stream is just going to be rather boring. I don't know if we'll get to actually shiny hunt. It's because it's a lot of the story stuff we're sort of locked into. But I do think it'll only take sort of an hour or two, so we might get to start hunting today. I think Krogunk is the first one we're going to go for. Again, not quite sure on the name yet. Thwog was a good choice, but I don't know if that's what I'm gonna go with just yet. Oh, I've got the T-posing issue. Yeah, I'm not. After playing for so long on Scarlet, I just think it's going to be weird riding around on a motorcycle instead of a dinosaur looking thing. But who knows, I might get used to it quite quickly. I also don't know what's more annoying, the fact that we can clearly see that this Pokemon can pull up and actually glide for long durations of time, but we can't in the game. Annoying. It would be nice to. Do like this opening. I think it's very good. It's a new introduction to the series, isn't it? I don't think we've had an opening cutscene before. for any main series game, have we? That's also could be true. Yeah, we do eat a lot of sandwiches throughout the game. Granted, we do run around a lot, so maybe it's not too bad, but I love these stickers on this lockup as well. I really wish they would do something with these stickers. I'm going to also check to see if this is still... Oh, no. I guess they've started doing them recently. It's been years since I've played Sword or Shield, so I don't exactly remember how they start. But I do know that I'm going to turn off autosave as soon as I can. Oh, I guess, yeah, you had to do a starting, like, puzzle thing, right? I guess maybe. I just don't remember if it was really that. Really went into the cutscene. I think that was the fight, right? You did have an opening animation, because I think it went through all the gym leaders and stuff. So it seems like, well, one, he's got a lot from airballs. But the other thing is, he just stormed in. He rung the doorbell, waited 30 seconds, and then went, well, no one's coming to let me in, I'll just walk in. I'm also going to guess that via the cup of tea line there, we're probably from Galar. Maybe. Possibly. Or at least our mum is. I don't know why all of these games start with us being a transfer into the new town. It would be interesting to see how they would do the story if we were just a local from the get-go. Do you know what is annoying that I noticed on this as well? There's little sparkles around that hat and bag, but not on any of the shiny Pokemon you find. Doesn't that just grind you? Oh yeah, I also don't think I have the suit now, do I? Because is it up? No. It's I bought the DLC for Scarlet, not Violet. Here. Well, I'm probably gonna continue playing my Scarlet more than this. Need a turbo mode. Okay, he's got 6 Premier Balls, and then he's also got 3 Pokeballs on him, right? All of the stars are in Pokeballs. Agonizing how slow this walk is. Just wish it was a bit faster. Actually, I don't know if we can run around inside the house. Maybe. I've just been walking around slowly like an idiot. Also, it seems like every single Pokemon game you don't have a father, which I think is interesting. Oh no, sorry, that's a lie. Hoenn, you do. Because your dad runs the normal type gym, right? But in every other game, you seem to be missing one. Which I just think is interesting. There's obviously a reason why they do it. Oh, and yes. Yeah, I knew it was one of them. But it's an interesting thing that none of the games seem to have them other than obviously Hoenn. Gotta slowly walk. No sprinting yet. Let me run. Oh, oh great. I need to talk to Fuecoco. I feel like it would just be so easy just to step on or accidentally hit a Pokemon if you weren't paying attention. There we go. So in essence, we're gonna make sure that none of our Pokemon die before we get a shiny, because then I've got to start over, which I am not looking forward to. And go and cause a scene the second that we get here. I will say the Pokemon, the actual cutscenes look really, really good in this game. It's just a bit of a shame that the rest of the, you know, the little finicky issues with the game. Not a reveal holo. Unfortunately, you're like 4 weeks late, I think, at this point. Oh. How many Nuzlockes have we done? Yeah, probably about a month. I know which one I'm going to pick. I would say the cutscenes are just so good in this game. That is the plan, Jimbo. It's also weird that I guess a lot of the towns do have houses, but we are the only 2 people who live this far out. And the amount of land that these houses are on must have cost our parents a fortune to own these houses. It is. See, but the lighting does weird things sometimes. I can live with it. Make some quiet. Without any fire. Would you like to go with Quaxley? We gonna name it yet? Or do we have to wait? Yes. Alright. Name for. There it is. We are gonna go with. Oh. I'll rename him in a second. He's going to be Duck Norris. That's the other thing the Pokemon games allude to, is that they're really rare Pokemon. There's only 3 of them a region. Obviously, you can breed them, so they're not like legendaries, but the starters are like regional legendaries, right? More so than the other ones. The duck does. The duck is on a time limit. It just depends on luck how long that time limit is, right? Gonna pick old Fuecoco. It's also annoying that they now pick the type weaker to you, right? I wish they still went for the super effective against you. Yes, she is a battle junkie. We can live with that. Not worried about potions, not worried about auto heals. Luckily, we can change his name now. Right. Yeah, it's really down just to the case of the odds. I mean, it will last a week at least. Oh, sorry, 2 hours at least until we get through the first part of the story, where we got to go through all of this, get to the school and go through all of that until we're let free out into the wild. Be nice if Duck hung around, but no, it wouldn't be actually. It'd be horrible if Duck hung around. If Duck hung around, that would mean we weren't getting any shinies, and we can't progress the story. Oh, can I even access? Yeah, it's a real big problem with the game. I wish I could just speed through it, but unfortunately I can't. Wow, Duck Norris is super slow. I will say though, the music as well in this game. The music and the cutscenes really do make this game really good. Oh, vanished. Rolling her up. Yeah, I think that's the few things Game Freak has done really well in these games recently. More so in Scarlet and Violet for the story, but the music in Sword and Shield was really good. I honestly have not thought that far, Jimbo. I might just have to catch it. That's the thing. I can catch it and box it, but I don't even have one in my Scarlet game yet. So if I get one in this, I'm going to be, well, I'll be happy, but man, will it be annoying. But I probably will kill it. Just for the satisfaction of, in my head, I know that I had that opportunity arise. I don't think I've ever killed a shiny Pokemon deliberately. Continue. Form of travel in the game, sliding. I love the ability to slide upstairs. A lunch. I guess this also leaves the whole running back to tell our mum that we're leaving thing much simpler. So they introduce us to every storyline before we get too far into the game. Yeah. The rules set up just so I've got them ready. Pretty sure I've got most of them down, but I want to make sure I do. That's another thing, is that unfortunately the tutorials, I think, are designed for first-time players every time. But seeing as how Pokemon sells roughly the same amount each game release, oh, it's chugging a bit. It's interesting that they go that route. Good old Pokeballs. Okay, so Duck Norris will probably end up being overpowered. I probably won't evolve Duck Norris. I'll probably just leave it as the duck, but I'm gonna just murder this Lechonk. I wonder if this Lechonk can be shiny, or if it's shiny locked. It would be very weird if it was shiny locked. Yeah, I'm gonna say, Jimbo, I think we can pretty much get every single Pokemon we're gonna want in the overworld without needing to do any Masuda method breeding, which does make it a bit easier. I reckon it makes it a bit more entertaining to watch than me hatching a load of eggs for 3 hours, or breeding up more eggs as I have to hatch them. Yes, lighthouse. Yeah, good. Good, good, good. Don't care. I know the rules. Pick up a load of items just so I can sell them later on. Yeah, but it depends on how long it takes us to get the shiny. So I was thinking of maybe doing a video to see how many sandwiches it would take to get a Pokemon up to level 100, because you do get XP when you eat sandwiches, right? So how many sandwiches would a Pokemon have to eat to go from level 1 to level 100? I thought that might be interesting. Let's just check. No, no shiny. Alright. I don't want one. I don't need anyway. Can't waste luck on that. Yes, I know how to catch so many Pokemon. Caught 0. Now we're gonna go jump off a cliff. Gonna go, what is it? Is it skydiving? Base jumping? Some sport. Go safely down. Give it a potion. Nope. I guess it might want my sandwich. Using the potion there would make more sense, right? This music. Tell you what they remind me of. A dog. When you give a dog something, and the dog's like, I don't know if I want it. And then it takes it. It's that sort of vibe, isn't it? It's not sure what you're going to give it. And then it's just, ooh, yummy. Because they're always hesitant like that, dogs. Obviously, I don't know a dog that has rocket boosters on its legs, but, you know, they might do in the future. I also think this is the first legendary Pokemon you tame with food. I can't think of any others that you technically tame with food. Anyone that I can think of immediately that you kind of tame that was kind of like a legendary was Rotom. Because you needed the old Chateau, I do believe, or whatever it was. It was the food thing, I think. Old Gato, that was it. You needed that to get. I think you needed that to get it. I can't remember now. It's been so long since I played Diamond and Pearl. He'll just use its claw. No, I don't remember either, Jimbo. I just think it was the only one that you... I think it's the only one that you technically tame at all, right? The other ones you all catch. This one's sort of given to you, so it's... I don't know if it's quite fair to call it a legendary. The other ones all felt like a work, right? Don't get me wrong. It's incredibly useful to have, and I think it works well in the story, but to me it doesn't quite feel like you earned it. I guess it's kind of good that they let you catch another one, but it doesn't quite feel the same. Be also interesting if there was another shiny Pokemon down here. We'd run into a shiny down here. Again, I hope not, for the sake of my luck throughout the rest of the run, but yeah, it is always possible. Move, doggo. Cutscene time again. Again, it'll be interesting to find out if any of these cutscene Pokemon can be shiny. I highly doubt it because it's all pre-programmed, right? I doubt they roll the dice on it. Well, I guess this is technically the end of the Nuzlocke, right? because you technically would lose this fight every time. There was just a little shiny Houndoom in all of these. I think that would be pretty cool. Again, voices in this game would have put it over the edge of just fantastic Pokemon games. Like, they've got the clapping sound in. Like that, you don't go to that level of detail without at least thinking about doing voice lines. I'm sure it's possibly coming up in a future game, but obviously they can't. I think it's just going to take them too much time to do it for every language and every region, right? I think it's bad enough for them that they have to convert the whole script of the games into different languages. All Pokemon names, all, you know, every aspect of the names and all of that into different languages. But to then also have to do voices as well. I think it would delay a Pokemon game by at least 2 years. So again, this game also has a phone number system, or has the phone system, but you can't use it like in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or Heart and Silver, Gold and Silver, sorry. It's not like she calls you back up and is like, let's battle again. That there's no shinies hiding anywhere. Think chonk over the hills. No, we're good. For Cliff, I wasn't very lucky, was it? Fine. Dong. But yeah, I was thinking for the run maybe going with a Bonsley. But the issue is that I wouldn't be able to evolve it into Sudowoodo technically, right? Because Sudowoodo isn't a Sinnoh Pokemon. And then I'd just be stuck with a Bonsley on the team. Don't get me wrong, I really like Bonsley and Sudowoodo, but being stuck to a baby form of a Pokemon just isn't ideal. It might be fine in the early game, but I'd have to swap it out late game. Depends how long it takes, Jimbo. I think by the end of the prep stage of the game, we get to level 10. I think that's where I got to on my previous run through of Violet, when I started on a different account. But who knows? That's what I wanted to see. I'm thinking I want to do the math on that. How many sandwiches you'd have to eat to get to level 100 off of just the sandwich. It's 1.25 million for a certain group. So that's a lot of sandwiches. Oh, for the slow group. So that's a lot of sandwiches. 125,000 sandwiches. That's a lot of bread. Because you can literally just stuff it with 1 cucumber and it counts as 100 XP. Or 3 cucumber pieces. It's very interesting that you're mainly just eating a load of bread. Isn't I thought there was something up here. Just see the Elite Four there in the background. Yeah, champion. See, it would be much better if it was a little bit more clearer in the background. You can see it's just a little bit on the fuzzier side. The foreground is fine, like the trees at the close is good, but when you look into the distance, you can see it's where it loses the range. You know, little things like that. Like, if the game was just tweaked a little bit better for that, it would be much better. But this town is just on the edge. But I don't know if that's down to... I reckon it's a combination of things, of optimization, game optimization, and also just the equipment that it's running on just being, you know, the hardware the Switch is running on just being, you know, at this point, what is it, 6 years old? At least. I also think it's interesting you can pretty much go through this entire game without doing a single trainer battle. Like, they're all voluntary. I think it's a good addition, don't get me wrong. I'm not a huge fan of forced battles most of the time, but you also don't need them for, like, XP. You get enough XP doing other stuff. Because you only want to be a completionist. Alright. Well. Say this when more people are here, but I doubt there's going to be more people in here now, but I might put it as a pinned message. Shorts for the month will probably be few and far between, due to the fact that streaming will be every day for three hours. So at least for the beginning of the month, we'll see how long this run takes us. If we get through this run quite quickly, I might either try another one, or just go back to regular shiny hunting. We went with Quaxley for Duck Norris. Unfortunately, Duck Norris isn't going to be with us for very long. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Can we ride? No, not yet. Gotta walk. Gotta walk. A lot of walking. I guess if you're eating 125,000 sandwiches to level up, you're probably going to want to burn it off by running around. I wonder if it's worth just trying not to run into too many Pokemon in case any of them do come out as shiny. I doubt it. My luck is not that good, but if it was, I'd be incredibly happy, but I am disappointed. Oh, we could start with a Pachirisu. I think for electric type, I'm going to go with Pachirisu rather than a Krogunk. Sorry, rather than a Shinx. I'm not a huge fan of Shinx. No, sorry. I love Shinx. But I think in terms of electric type, I want to be different. I feel like Shinx is just super easy. And I'm technically yet to get a shiny Pachirisu. I was hunting for one on Legends Arceus, but I never got one. Let's just hope we don't get stomped here. I'm going to say an hour in and we're still, well, 45 minutes in. We're still just on the tutorial. I've got three Pokemon in mind at the moment for the team. Krogunk, Pachirisu, and most likely Glaceon. That does leave a few slots. Well, it leaves 3 slots open. But if I have Glaceon, I won't need Snover, and Snover was going to be my ice choice. Seeing as we're going with Glaceon, I don't want to also get Snover. Same with Frostlass. Frostlass is another one that's like, there's no point in having if I'm going to have Glaceon, because it's similar type. The other options, not a huge amount. I've got a list somewhere of all of them. I think there's 44, so obviously there's Riolu. Yeah, so Riolu. Well, technically that's a loss. But if everyone closes their eyes, we will just continue on because I'm not sitting through that tutorial again. I think unless you catch more Pokemon or level up, that battle is always going to be incredibly hard. I think it's plausible with a different Pokemon, but with just Quaxley, didn't think that was going to go too well anyway. Yeah, so in terms of the team, it was like Riolu, exactly Ferb. No one saw it. It didn't happen. I got the list now. So we are looking at not a lot. Starly, again, flying type. Combi, Drifloon, Line, Finneon. Maybe thinking of going for a water type. Then we've also got Rotom. Rotom might be... I mean, the issue is Rotom's electric, right? So we either go for Rotom or Pachirisu. I feel like Rotom would be super, super cool. Because we could at least change its form to something else. But yeah, so the team, I've got three in mind, and then there's a couple that are on the back burner. I would, Furb. The issue with Starly, Starly makes the early game easy, right? Because the first two are obviously bug and grass. So it's, it's not horrible, but can I get, I want to get my phone cases. Oh. Kanto. But yeah, so it's most likely going to be, Krogunk also makes it pretty easy as well, just because of the type advantage, right? Poison versus both, and it's a fighting, so that's the thing, right? Like, if we go with Krogunk, there's no point in getting a Riolu or Lucario, right? Because that's our fighting type sorted. And the poison also helps a lot as well. Rotom can be pretty powerful. I'm thinking just in general. Glaceon, and then maybe like Gallade. No, but I could get Miss Magius. So that's the thing, right? Like, I don't need Frostlass if I've got Miss Magius, because Miss Magius is that ghost type, right? But I'd have to find a shiny Miss Magius. I don't know if I'm going to go with the evolutions. I've not quite set the 100% rules on whether or not I can get like an Eevee and evolve it into Glaceon. I feel like I prefer the challenge of getting a shiny Glaceon. Rather than just running around getting an Eevee and then, oh look, I'll evolve it. But it's interesting because the list that I'm using doesn't actually say Kricketune on it for the Pokemon from Gen 4. I don't think Kricketune came in sooner, but it just doesn't have it on the list. But yeah, so Kricketune is another choice. But I'm just trying to think of trying not to get too many of the same types on the team, right? Like, I could just go for the common ones. Get a Glaceon, get a Leafeon, get a Lucario, get a Shinx, get a Staraptor, but those teams are done lots. I'm thinking a Poundon could be really cool. But also spreads out a lot of the weakness thing, right? I want to try and go through this without losing a Pokemon. So the idea is to just get a super strong team up and then just hopefully just go through the game quite quickly. A Powdon helps for Larry, I think, in the Elite Four. Ground type, so Miss Magius, if it gets a good nature, could be really good. But I'm just, a lot of it is just trying to think of a decent team, right? Because ideally, at the end of this, I'm going to try and make a video, but we'll see how it goes. If it works out well and I manage to beat the game, I'll be extremely happy, but unfortunately, nothing is guaranteed. I might lose, halfway through. I might give up shiny hunting before then. I don't know how long it's going to take to find any of these shiny Pokemon. Hence why I was aiming to do it over a month of playing. Given 3 hours a day, you know, for a month, I'm thinking hopefully that's long enough that I can finish it. My voice might be dead by the end of it, but at least I'll have completed a Hardcore Nuzlocke on Violet. But luckily, I don't think, in terms of battles, this game is overly challenging. I mean, we'll give you wing attack, just because we're probably going to need it for something. The only thing is, I want to try and keep the UI very minimal for this, unless I find another device for recording the gameplay. So it's like there's no... I wanted to put maybe sub alerts on or something like that, but you know, to do that would mean to have it in the footage as well. Just want to try and keep it as clean as possible. Welcome back, Jimbo. So yeah, I have a lot of that stuff set up, but it's not really been anything that I just want to have on. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for the subs, I'm grateful for the likes and all of that. But I do like to try and keep the footage as bare bones as possible. So I might have to look into that. That's on Saturday or something like that when I've got a day that I can just tinker with stuff. Get this school stuff over and done with. Another cutscene. It's really long. What are we? We're like... I guess I could technically start shiny hunting now, but... yeah, it's like an hour in. Oh god, Keith, I hope you haven't lost it. Also, hello Keith, welcome in. How is your Monday? I love that Psyduck behind the desk. He just looks so happy to work. Kenny's got Premier Balls. Just be jealous. I love the Premier Ball. I might have to look at getting me one of the die-cast ones at some point. Well, very expensive though. Essentially what they are just a glow up hunk of metal, but does kind of look cool. Go upside up. He's sitting there protecting the school. I don't even know if they do a die-cast Premier Ball, do they? Oh, yeah, they do a Premier Ball. Okay. But, you know, again, at 100 Great British pounds, I don't know if they're quite worth it. A lot of money. Something that sit on the desk. I mean, you know, it's a collectible, but I would get it on don't have it. Have it on anyway. they just have Dusk Ball, Friend Ball, Quick Ball. Could also get a Quick Ball. Okay, avoid taking all the classes. I don't think I've yet, even in my Scarlet game, I'm yet to do any of the school activities. Lapras, I think Lapras would be really, really cool. Is it? Have they announced that it's coming to Unite, Jimbo? I might get back into it if Lapras is coming. I mean, probably not actually, but it would be cool to know that Lapras is in it. I doubt they'll go through all the Pokemon because that's just going to be over 1,000. But I imagine they'll add some fan favourites. Obviously Pikachu's in there. I know Garchomp is in there. Slowbro. Snorlax, Greninja. Go through this all. Sinnoh only because, well, Sinnoh is the first Pokemon games that I technically played, so I love the Sinnoh region. I like that Flabébé. I like that Flabébé design. And no, we're still through the tutorial, so once the tutorial's done, I can start shiny hunting, and that's going to take a little bit of time, unfortunately. So we'll probably get 2 hours in today of shiny hunting, so, or at least an hour and a half. Also something different. I've seen loads of people doing doing like different types, like only fire types, only, you know, all of the different types, and it's just something different, isn't it? So no. So that's I'm still umming and ahhing on that, Keith. But I was thinking no. So I was just planning on going only Sinnoh Pokemon. So I can only catch like Glaceon rather than having to go for Eevee and then up. Just to make it a bit more challenging for some of those Pokemon. Same with Miss Magius. I'm thinking I'll get a Miss Magius on the team. But to do that, I'd have to only find a shiny Magius out in the wild. So I feel like it's an interesting challenge. Yeah, so it's shiny Sinnoh only. Just make sure I did. I know the title doesn't say that, but I believe the thumbnail should. As long as I've done it correctly. Oh, no. Okay. So no. It's not in the thumbnail. It does say Sinnoh only. It's not in the thumbnail or the title. So that's very smart on my part. It will be in the next ones. Go and do this as well. But no, so the idea is shiny only. And today was just going to be no. So the idea is that it's going to be shiny only, but it doesn't say anywhere in the title or the thumbnail that it is shiny only run. So it only alludes to it, but no, I'll definitely make that clearer for tomorrow's stream, when we probably actually get into hunting some more. But today I'm going to go through and get all the early game stuff out of the way, because otherwise I'm going to have to, well, I was going to have to do it anyway. Unfortunately, with work and all of that, I don't have a lot of time between this stream and next, so I was just going to do it all as quickly as I can. and go through. I'm gonna say, I don't know. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, both Glaceon and Leafeon are horrible shinies, but it's either I go for a Glaceon or a Weavile, because I was trying to look through the list. There's a lot of Pokemon that are very similar types. It's like, I want Krogunk, no, I want Toxicroak, but then I don't really need a fighting type, so I don't really need a Riolu or a shiny Lucario, so I'm probably not going to get a shiny Lucario. And then I was thinking maybe I'll go with Rotom. If I go with shiny Rotom, alright, see you in a bit, Jimbo. Should still be. And I'm going for another 2 hours, so if you come back, you do. If not, see you in the next stream. Tomorrow, same time. But yeah, where was I? So, Pokemon with the same types. So, like, if I get Rotom, I don't need Shinx. And I don't need, Shinx, and I don't need Pachirisu. So, it's like, it's got to and ah with the Pokemon that I get. I also don't want to try and do the same Pokemon as that you always find on these runs. Like Starly. Starly would be really useful, but I also feel like Starly is probably one of the ones where lots of people are going to go for it because it's an early game flying type. So it just makes it a breeze to go through. I mean, so does Krogunk, but Krogunk does help a little bit. So 14. I don't know if we can even catch a Krogunk at a low enough level. That's the thing, it might lock us behind the gym. See, Blitzel could be a really good one, but I was thinking of going for Finian. I don't have a... I've never really got a shiny Finion, but I feel like shiny Finion could be really cool. You know, it's just little things like that. I'm trying to get the final idea in my head, but you know, we've got a few Pokemon that we can go for, so we'll start it out and then continue as we go. So it's interesting, I just realised that he has a fossil up on his wall. Or at least I think that's a fossil. I'll have a look. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, you can't interact with any of them. Well, that's horrible. It looks like they're fossils of some sort. Maybe like an old amber. Cool stuff done, and then I can start shiny hunting. Yeah, annoyingly, I don't know the level. I'll have to go and just have a look. That's going to be the quickest way to tell. Have a look, see, because it's 14 for the first gym, I think, isn't it? That's the recommended. 15. Okay, so we can go up to 15. And 18. The electric one that I'm more worried about. But I reckon before I take on Eno, I'm gonna go and get a hit pound on. Gonna be a lot of running back and forth. And then also during that, also do the Titans. So lots and lots of work. Lots and lots of running. But hopefully I'll be able to do something with all the footage. That's the goal anyway, is to try and see if I can maybe do a video at the end of it. But we'll see. Another cutscene. So, the gyms were a bit more of a challenge. But anyway, to know is to actively, well, give it a try. There we go. Okay. Finally free. Or I think so. Fair enough. Which should just allow us to roam and do our own stuff. I think the first thing I gotta do is go and get sandwich ingredients. Yeah, some recipes, because I'm not 100% sure on any of the recipes. To level 2, right? So we did get one great noodle sandwich and then the ultra noodle sandwich. Level 2. Oh, that's not good, Keith. Did you manage to get any eggs of it before it vanished? Oh, that's good. You might be able to get one on surprise trade. Might be able to get one. I imagine lots of people are probably breeding eggs at the moment. Okay, surprise trade might be your friend, but the odds of it are probably incredibly low. Oh. Let's go. Okay, we can start now. Buy a load of ingredients. Come on. Need to get through like the tutorial. Go now, please. Nope, stuff. So do I, Keith. It's a shame that you lost it, but hopefully you'll either get one or I think it'll probably come back. They normally do a week or two after, right? So not this weekend, maybe next weekend. Okay, there we go. Done, done, done. Let me move. There we go. Okay. Food drops. Buy a load of ingredients. And of each. So I need ketchup, noodles. I don't think I can get much else, can I? Forgot, I'm very limited in the early stage. In the door, thank you. Very limited. Let's go and double check the level over there. I think we can always fly back, can't we? I think we can also just buy one. Fighting could work. So I guess we might, well. I'll pick up this sandwich while we're here. At least then I think I can learn how to make it. Looks like it's just mayo, cloth, and avocado. So it should be in your box somewhere then, Keith. Go and see if we can find. I think we can go and find it. If not, I might just have to make a bunch of sandwiches. Oh, come on. Let's go. As soon as I can fly there, I might be able to do this a bit quicker, but for now, I'm going to go that way. Well, it's more that way, isn't it? The issue is the terrain, I think, is very much impassable, right? Because it's... And actually, I think I've got to go out the other door. Going out this door, I don't think will get me there. Oh. Now that's very lucky, Keith. A Paldean one for a Paldean one. You don't see that very often. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Should be able to get there, because what we want to do is we want to get to over there. I'll try. It's going to take a while, though. We can't... Oh, we can jump, but we just can't hover. Okay. Man, I forgot how slow this can be. Oh. Oh, duck. We don't need to worry about the scutterbug. The issue is I've got to be able to catch it when I find it. So unless I just go with a load of quick balls, which I prefer not to do. Okay. Let's just go out the other door, I think. Just run through the city and just go out the other door. We'll pick up everything we can while we're here. See, the only issue is level 1 doesn't really give us just fighting, right? So we're gonna get a mix. Fortunately, but, you know, nothing can be done about that, really. I might just have to level up Quaxley a bit. There's the chart here, isn't there? Yeah, see, a shiny Laminion could be really cool. Do like 4 things at once. They recommend Moonball? I don't know if I could get a Moonball. Okay, so there we go. So we've got to touch that square. Or a great ball. If I can get a Moonball, I'd love it to be in a Moonball. I'll also disable quick save, actually. Let's do that now. Or the other option is obviously Garchomp. Could add a Garchomp to the team, but and I just feel like Garchomp just is one that every Pokemon does. Save, auto save. There. I think we basically talk to these people, right, for picnicking stuff. See what level they are. So these are only level 9s. Okay, that's not too bad. But to somehow get, I might have to just fall into the river and just follow that down. It's the best bet. Can he swim yet? Oh, actually, I don't think he can swim yet, can he? No. Okay. So that's not going to work. The only other option is land bridge up top, right? There's that. You can cross that, and that would work. Let's go up there then. Hi, Mui. Mew? MUI? Mew Dragon? How are you doing today on this lovely Monday? Am I going to get up there, actually? Never mind. Something tells me it's going to be too high a level even if I manage to get to it. The other way is already through there. It's there and I can't really do either. Okay. Let's think. Peaceful. That's good. You're gonna... Well, I think that's good, right? It's a rebel. A rebel and it's a Charmander as well. We'll go out the south. Maybe the south will work better. I might have to go with the Pachirisu or something like that for the early one. Hoping not to have to, but if I can't find a way there, I might have to. Have a look at the map quickly. So I could maybe get like up here, but I reckon I can do it this way. I think I can probably do it, judging by the map. It's not too difficult. I hope. Let's go. I mean, this sandwich will be worn out by the time we get there, but 22 minutes. Plenty of time. See, a combi could be good as well. But like it's combi or Quickatune are really the only two choices for bug. I don't know how you would show me your Pokemon. Mew. Is it Mew? Am I saying that correctly? I don't want to be getting your name wrong. And then wait, is it up this way? Yes. Up this way. Say Green Bean sounds like a cool name. I don't know what sort of Pokemon you would have given it to in trades. No, see, unfortunately, I've got no Pokemon that I can trade. I've never figured out how to do the backwards jumping, but I know it's a thing. Let's see. It's like this. Some people make it look super easy, but Mew, M-U-I. Okay, that's fine. Just as long as I imagine you would have told me if I was pronouncing it incorrectly or something like that. So there we go. Okay, figured it out. Right, now we should be able to get over. Need to head to that Pokemon Center first. Oh no, I mean, I kind of just want to crack on with this Mew. You can always tell me the Pokemon that it is. I'm sure. 22. Yeah, see, I'm thinking it's going to be over leveled. I think we're going to have to go with something else other than Krogunk. But at least if I can get the Poké Center, we can always just fly back. I think we're just gonna... Oh, Asmero. That is a very That's a very good choice. Very good name for it. Oh. It's really cool. Like I say, it was my first time doing it. I just don't feel like I needed to do it. But, you know, obviously I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's, granted, it's not an intended feature, but I don't think it's a horrible feature. Ah, here we go. So they do spawn up here. So 21. So that's definitely over leveled for the first gym. Oh, I should have tried to get that. So they're a little bit lower down here. 20. It's not looking likely. Let's go and get this, and then I'll come and check the swarm. You have to be here for a set amount of time or something like that. Let's... Sorry, Azrael. Is Marrow Azumarill, I think? I mean, it's still cool. It's still an amazing name for it, right? Because it does look like a little bean sprout. Now, is there a set time that you have to be somewhere before you can... Oh, no, there you go. It counts it. Just wasn't showing up on the map. Alright, let's continue. These are all 23, so even a Shellos, I think, is out. Was Shellos introduced? No, I don't think Shellos was introduced in Gen 3, was it? Gen 4, sorry. I think it was introduced earlier. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is no shiny charm. This is just a full odd spawn. I think we only have encounter pack. That's ridiculous. I'm annoyed I'm not capturing my audio now for the video. That's insane. Look at that. I would fight it, but I'm so underleveled. Don't think I could win against it, so I'm just gonna have to leave it, unfortunately. But good to know. Just move on. Like I say, if Krogunk can spawn under 16 here, I might try and catch it, but at this point, it's not looking likely. I can't. Even if I wanted to, I've got no balls. Well, I have Pokeballs. I very much doubt I'll catch it in a Pokeball. I don't want to use quick balls. I don't even think I can buy quick balls yet. Let's go and have a look. So Shellos is another good one, right? Because it's ground. I see. I can only get Pokeballs, so I can't get them until later on. So okay. So we know we can't do that. So the other option is to head to the South Province area to maybe go with a combi. I feel like combi could also be a good choice for the first two gyms because it's bug flying, right? I just gotta hope it spawns at a low enough level. Okay. Do we have to head up? I don't think so. I think it's just this way. I mean, that's lucky, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hopefully, we continue with that luck as we continue. It's just insane that that's the first Pokemon we ran into. I went through my entire Violet playthrough without running into a single shiny Pokemon out in the wild. And we're less than an hour into the Violet, well, less than an hour into actual gameplay into the Violet one. And there's already been one. Grab as many ingredients as we can, because I'm going to need them for sandwiches. But it's super easy to see because it will just be a nice red blob. Yeah, I think I'm going to change the audio stuff going forward. I could do it on the fly, but I don't know how it affects the recording or anything like that. So I think I'll leave it. Is it Shiny Furb? Shiny Keith? Yeah, so you just have to visit it. What are the Pokemon levels around here? Like 8. Oh yeah, we can definitely do that. Might be worth trying to level up Duck Norris a little bit. So we're not stuck. So we're not stuck fighting so we're not stuck too underleveled. I don't want to be too underleveled for this, so the other option for this is a Starly, right? Like if we run into a Starly that's shiny, if I do a flying encounter sandwich, I think that's possibly my best odds of running into either one or two shiny Pokemon that we can use, right? Thank you. Don't need any more tidbits. Duck. Let's continue. I'm gonna say Combi will be a very obvious one to see, whereas Starly, I feel like I'm gonna go insane trying to look for a tiny difference between them. Or we could go Kricketune. We could get a Deli Whoop. But again, I think there's lots of good choices here. The issue is Keith, I don't think, I mean, I might do on my Scarlet. I'm not going to do it on the Violet, obviously, because the Violet might get a raise after this playthrough. But yeah, thanks, Shadow. To be honest, I didn't come up with it. I googled good duck names. I knew I was going to pick Quaxley. Shouldn't take any credit for that. I do have Paldean Wooper, so Jotane Wooper would be a good one to add to the collection. But yeah, so hopefully we just haven't used up that shiny luck on that for me. Hopefully we can get a shiny Combi or Kricketune. I don't know Kricketoon's moveset enough to know if it Cricketot, sorry, because it probably it might evolve 16 if it will learn wing attack or something like that. Oh yeah, so do I, Mew. I think at this point my Scarlet one, I'm up to like, well, I've got, what, my 36 I'm up to now, shiny Magikarps. I think that's the total we're at. And it will only grow more and more. Right, let's see. Let me buy new stuff. No. Okay. That's annoying. Right. Should be a Pokemon Center here. Let's see if we can buy another sandwich. See, we should be able to get more sandwiches. Hopefully we can get a bug or a flying type one. Again, the fillings. Ah, here we go. Okay. Need lettuce. Might have to just do some trainer battles. I'm still going for the resources for the freaking Krogunk, but Krogunk will have to be later down the line. Today, yeah. It's been talking to a Pokemon. You miss it then, Keith? I would, but I plan on keeping mine, so... So you can't have it. Might be a sandwich I can make. Luckily, it's like combi spawn quite a lot around here, so with a bug encounter on, I reckon I can get either Cricketot or combi, both of which. See, the issue with combi is only good if I can get one that's female, because Vespiquen would be much better. I mean, what level is the Vespiquen? 25. Yeah, see, so even if I find the shiny Vespiquen, I can't use it. I think it's probably gonna have to be Cricketot, right? If it can learn, should be able to learn wing attack, I would have thought. I don't actually know. I mean, I could just go until I get a shiny female combi, but I feel like I'm going to end up with like 7 or 8 combis at that point. Let's have a look and see what sort of sandwiches we can make. Okay, further away from people. Because at this point, I think, yep, thank you. Make a sandwich. Let's see. Yep. I know everything. Thank you. So, ground, fire. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we can do a bug one. We do have the ingredients for a bug one. So that's good. So we could do that. I mean, there's 7 minutes left on this sandwich. We might see if we can get anything. Hopefully by Friday we've done 1 or 2 gyms. That's the ideal situation. But you know, it all depends on the odds. Say, that's a very nice offer, Mew, but the whole point of this is that I catch them myself. and then go through the game with them, not trade them, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'm sure I could get a really good shiny team. The issue is that it's also over leveled for this gym as well. Is the issue with hardcore Nuzlockes. I'm also going to need to think of the items I'm going to put on them. Oh, I mean, these streams are mainly aiming as an archive for later on, in case people are like, oh, you didn't do that legit. I can be like, well, I streamed the whole thing all month. You can go and watch all 125 hours or however long it's going to take to do this. Hopefully no more than, oh god, 50, 60. It all depends on RNG, but given that we've already run into one shiny, I'm hopeful that we'll possibly find more. The bug encounter definitely will help here. Won't do much though, because it is only level 1, right? I feel like level 2 is what you need before you can start noticeably seeing if the Pokemon that spawn are of that type. I think 3 would be ideal, but there is no way I'm going to be able to do Terra raids. And I'm not using them anyway, so they are banned. Right, let's go around and check up this way. I'm gonna say again, Mankey is a shiny Mankey is a good choice, but the idea of this run is to use Pokemon that can only be in Sinnoh. So, well, sorry, that only came from the Sinnoh games. So, Mankey, unfortunately, not being a Sinnoh Pokemon doesn't fit that criteria. Otherwise, I'd go for a lot of other Pokemon, but for this challenge, I am just trying to only go with Sinnoh Pokemon, which there is a limited amount in this game. I'd say, I mean, Keith, at the end of the day, as long as you get one, does it really matter how you go about doing it? You know, you'll get one your way, right? Either way, it doesn't affect the shiny odds, does it? Not like having a bred shiny will increase the odds or anything like that, so I wouldn't worry about it. I wonder if they're going to do like a big raid event at Christmas where they just put all of the Pokemon who are in raids this year on re-release again. Then people who didn't catch them can get them. I know they do something similar with Pokemon Go, don't they, in Community Days? Where they have like an ultimate one at the end of the year where you can just get all of them in one. The issue is if they do one every week on rotation, then there's going to be an awful lot of Pokemon come the end of the year, isn't there? Let's also try and level up Duck Norris a bit more. Okay, never mind. What level was that? 7. Oh, come on, really? Duck Norris, you have wing attack. What if I run into a shiny now? Nice Mew. Now, unfortunately, I've not had back-to-back shinies from eggs. The best I got was, I think, like 20 odd eggs later. I managed to get one, I think. I think that was my Rowlet hunt. Goodness sake, yes, I know. How long until these tidbits stop? Very annoying. It might be worth also doing some battles, but maybe not. Can we? Come on, Duck. Okay. Darknorse fucking sucks. These Pokemon are so weak. I'm gonna go complete overkill because fortunately Darknorse is a little bit hurt. But like unfortunately we're gonna be stuck with Darknorse for a little while, so at some point he might stop obeying us. In which case it would be very, very bad. What I don't understand, I don't think Smoliv has any actual attacking moves. So I don't understand how Darknorse could have gotten so beaten so badly. See. Yeah. Thank you. Oh. Even if he goes over the level. Interesting. I know, no. It's going good. We've already encountered one wild shiny, unfortunately. Too high level, couldn't fight it without losing Darknorse, so we just carried on our way. Left it. Sure that will aggravate some people, but I couldn't catch it. It was too high level. Other than that, yeah, it's all going good. How's it going with you? Your Monday going well? Are you on school break like most of the world is at the moment? Are you still in school? Oh god. I dread to think. I just assume most people are still in school. Apart from Andy. I know Andy isn't still in school, but no, I know you typically just pop in and say hello. I don't know if you normally stick around, but obviously you're more than welcome to. Not like I can do anything if you do or don't, either way, so. Not on any of these shiny bugs. How long's left on this sandwich? Oh yeah, might as well just do another sandwich. Let's get some bug encounter going. See if we can maybe get one. I mean, a gym leader, a stream would be nice. That's correct, isn't it? Bug, yeah. Also need to buy some picks. Need to get lots of money going. I feel like that's going to be a big thing, is that we're going to need money. Oh, 2 days. I'm very jealous. Luckily for us here in the UK, we've got bank holiday coming up, so I get 4 days off this weekend. Friday, obviously Saturday and Sunday off, and then Monday off as well. So Friday will probably be a super long stream where we either try and finish our randomizer Nuzlocke, or we'll just continue with this. I haven't decided yet, but it'll probably be a very long stream. Right, let's just continue. I'm gonna say Keith, I love Oshawott as well. Shiny Oshawott in general is just super adorable. So we might run into some other shiny Pokemon like that and what that we ran into. Which, while it would be a shame, is not the end of the world, because I can just ignore it. Yeah, super stream. I'm gonna say, I don't know yet if it's gonna be every Friday, but Friday I normally do, or previously I've been doing from 9 p.m. UK time through till midnight UK time. But because of the new schedule that I'm trying for April, we're going to be doing it from 6. So I don't know if I'll do from 6 until midnight or whether I'll do it 6 until late. It'll be longer than normal streams anyway. That much is pretty much guaranteed. Oh goodness, Mew. I've not done the Ace challenge yet, so I would not rely on me. I struggle half the time to know what I'm doing, let alone guiding what someone else should do, but I'm sure you can probably rely more on Keith. Maybe No-No. I don't know how much Pokemon knowledge No-No has, but maybe chat can help you. My strategy is always just switch. Whatever it is you're doing now, just switch. That way you can never lose. Actually, no, you're most likely guaranteed to lose because you're not doing any damage to your opponent. Never mind, ignore that. See, I would... See, the other option is like a Riolu or something like that. But I feel like for a fighting type, I think I just want Toxicroak. I'd say I might tag it into the end of this challenge is to try and do the Ace tournament. I don't know how much of the game I want to complete. Whether it will just be the main story up till the end of the game, whether it will be any extra added stuff. I don't know yet. See, that's the other thing. Eevee spawns here, so I could get an early game Glaceon or Leafeon, right? If I was going to do it that route. But it wouldn't really know any ice-type moves, would it? Because it's only be level like 15 or 16. A shame. I feel like Combi or Kricketot could be the best for this early game. I mean, they can both learn. Obviously, I know Combi will know Gust, so Combi does have that advantage. But I don't know if Kricketune can learn Wing Attack. I have a feeling it shouldn't be able to, but you never truly know. Or at least I don't know. We'll put it as that. I was thinking that, Keith, but again, I feel like, to be fair, I don't know how other people handle these sorts of runs. I might have to do a bit of looking up tomorrow. But for me, I would just prefer to try and just find them out in the wild. I know that's probably super boring to watch, but I'm sure it's no more different than what I normally do with just hatching eggs. But I just feel like Outbreak is just one of those super easy tactics. I've got nothing wrong with it when you're looking, but depends if we get a male combi or not. Male, I might not want to catch it. I feel like Vesper Queen would be a much better Pokemon to have than a level 70 male combi. Right, Mew, just to clarify that you've got Pokemon with only all attacking moves, right? There's no like Protect or anything like that, because They're or are they all sort of built differently? See, the other thing is names. I'm not very good with names either, and we got to name like loads of Pokemon. I think I'm good for Glaceon. Glaceon, luckily, lots of people gave some really cool name suggestions. Okay, that's all right then. I'll say 3. That'll be my one for that then. But I feel like I would just name it like Doug or Bug, something like that. Ooh, at least I get to listen to the music. How is like the music in that? Things like that. Is it all okay and it's not interrupting it or anything like that? It's not too loud or anything like that? I'm sure someone would have said, oh, close combat. Okay, so 3 is close combat. I want to do a test. Wing attack. Okay, so that would work. Possibly. Like like a text-based Pokemon adventure. So the idea of this is that we should just run around and just have enough Pokemon despawn and respawn that the odds should be fairly good. I mean, again, I can always just download the streamers later and just use their audio, I guess. What's the health at? We get a health counter. Are we good on health? I imagine we one-hit KO'd their Pokemon, seeing as we're talking about swapping or not. Be nice to get some better Pokeballs as well, but we're gonna progress further. That's the other thing. We might run into a shiny and faint it. And then if that happens, I've got to start all over again. So the run technically officially starts the second we get a shiny, but what that shiny will be and when, I don't know. Flareon, okay. So you're not really giving me much information to go on. I don't know what Pokemon we've got out. I don't know. You know, all I know is that it's level 100 shiny and has 6 IVs. Arguably, stuff that I feel like I don't care about. I feel like knowing the Pokemon is more important. But on that note, I would say keep in and close combat again. Just 3 again. Just 3 our way through the battle. Although I guess it's probably not the brilliant idea because that would obviously lower our defense. Special defense. As it might be alright for Flareon. Annihilate. Okay. Yeah, I'd say yeah, just do that in close combat again. Again, I have no idea how the Ace Championship works, so most of this is just going to be me winging it for you. I don't know if we'll have it done in an hour. Unfortunately. I don't know how long this will take. But the stream will probably go on for another hour or so. Ideally, we would have gotten a shiny, but there is no promise of that. Actually, that reminds me, I should probably save. Autosave's been disabled, so I don't want to. Keep in again. Close combat again. That I'm going to start seeing shinies that aren't there. I'm less than an hour in, I'm already thinking, oh god, what if I've missed a shiny already? I mean, I know I have. Luckily, it's not been a Gen 4 one though, so. But I'm done with myself if I would have missed the Toxicroak. Krogunk, sorry. I mean, I could have tried to catch it, but having already lost no battles, none at all, I feel like I couldn't let Duck Norris take on level 20 all by himself. Not when he's only level 12, mind you. I also wish there was like an indicator when you were looking at Pokemon. Like, I know it's level 8 Smoliv, but if it had like a shiny star next to it to let you know it was shiny. So I feel like you need some sort of indication. The game doesn't tell you, the game doesn't give you any alert, it just forces it into the world and then that's it. Okay. So outsped Annihilate. I imagine you're only going to give me like a 1 to 4 options for the next Pokemon, right? For the swap out potential. But I'm gonna try and do this in order and with a freaking shiny Pokemon, one that I could actually use. I feel like the red combi is going to be much easier to see than the maybe shiny Kricketune. I think it's only ever so slightly different color. Like I say, I know we haven't lost a Pokemon yet, but I'm more thinking of what Pokemon on the team we have that can be swapped out into, right? I don't know how many Pokemon that they have or anything like that. Like, I'm going into this completely blind, Mew. I've not even done the Ace Championship, so I've got no idea anything. No idea of anything. Using words is better. Also, did you know I don't care? Thank you, nurse. Okay. I was thinking maybe this would be our best bet, but kind of sad I couldn't get Krogunk. Maybe I'll put up a poll tomorrow and see what people reckon. Polls normally get a lot of votes, so that will give us a good idea of if I don't find either one shiny. If I find a shiny combi, then obviously I won't bother with the poll. If I find a shiny Kricketune, obviously I won't bother with the poll, but I feel like the odds of that happening at this point, well, they're obviously 1 in 4,000, so they are incredibly low odds anyway, but I feel like I need more sandwich ingredients, and unfortunately I just don't have them. Which is a shame, but Coca-Cola Sand Shop still be on Basculier. Snarl, Annihilate. Oh goodness. Okay. So how many fights is it? Is it a lot? Do you want me to do all of them? Just one of them? Or is at this rate it's gonna take you maybe like 4 streams to get through a fight, to get through it all? Effective on combi because it's a flying as well. I also feel like when it becomes day, the Pokemon will cycle round. Do a quick Google search. Goodness. Say it's 45 minutes. I would say just to keep it simple, just to do Annihilate and just close combat or Rage Fist until Annihilate goes down and see where that gets you. So unfortunately chat is a little bit on the low side today, so obviously I'm sure it would be better if more people were in. But unfortunately it would probably take you 5 or 6 times as long as it normally would to complete trying to go through proxy of me as well, just due to the delay on the stream and then obviously you reporting back the situation. You know what? We got oh, XP steel. Okay, there's not really any steel types around here, so I'm gonna say, are they all teams of 6 as well? Because that just adds more problems to it as well. I think combi or anything like that's born up here, do they? No. I'm gonna say, you know, fist or close combat would be probably my way of doing it. I mean, obviously, the issue is just the delay, right? So it's I say something, and I gotta wait for you to do it. Then I gotta wait for you to tell me how it's gone, and then I have to think of something, you know, continue the cycle. Get that electro ball could be pretty useful. And then gimme goal. I hope it doesn't say the level, so I'm not even gonna try and fight. Two. So swap to Starly, but you know, I feel like I'm quite set on Combi or Cricketune at this point. The first member of the team. Seeing as how now Krogunk is unfortunately out due to the level issue. Although, I mean, if we get one... I'd say, then I would probably say Rage Fist. I probably can't get one until, like, gym number 3, and at that point I'm going to want a pound on anyway. The first 2 gyms are really the only ones that are useful for Krogunk. Fairy, I guess. Poison. No, actually that, yeah, no, I guess he is better later down the line as well. I'm sorry, Cricketot. Wasting Duck Norris's time. So I imagine you've got Rage Fist or something like that on him, just because obviously it's a strong move, right? Not that I would know. I haven't really used him yet, so. Oh my goodness. Isaiah. Legends Arceus is a very difficult game in the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, it does become a lot easier. It's just getting used to the abnormal controls. Yeah, Mew. We'll swap to let me double check the list. Go to Sylveon. I think Sylveon is probably the best. Probably best. Good one to swap into. And I would probably just say Moonblast if you have it. I guess the main thing is, though, I imagine it's Isaiah. How you pronounce your name? If not, let me know and I'll try and correct it. Are you enjoying the game other than the difficulty? Are you having fun with it? Because I really enjoyed Legends Arceus. It'll be interesting to see what you think of it, or to hear what you think of it. The other option is to go around and just grab a load of picnic stuff from people. Is there not a restaurant in this town? No. Megazona then, and play up Dazzling Gleam. I would say Dazzling Gleam then. You don't have Moonblast. Starlies. Honestly, but Because I can't even cross the water yet. Sort of just limited to this side. Okay, so there we go. So we've got a great ball. Definitely help. No, I don't think there is anything down here, is there? There's nothing that would be useful to me. Dazzling Gleam Mew. Oh, run into a Mori. And just go with that. I've got to get Duck Norris out of there. Annoyingly, like the bug power sandwiches are even harder to make than the fighting ones. Only level 1 that I can do is the cheese sandwich. Oh, there's some feathers here. Ah. The worst thing would be to run into a shiny Hoppip or something like that. Or any other shiny at this point, really. I need to keep focusing on the game. Keep running into Pokemon. So, well, that was 17 for a minute. I pop it from the side angle could be mistaken for a Beldum. Is it Beldum? No, not Beldum. Burmy. That was it. It looks like it's hanging. Straight man. This Cricketot is just aggro. Oh no, it's a Starly. Starly aggro for so far away. That hole will probably end. 16, okay. Nico. Come on. I don't think there's a very big area where these combis spawn. Don't think you've got anything else that would be better for fighting a Sylveon, do you? I guess if Sandy Shocks has any steel type moves, swap into that. If it doesn't, I would say just keep out Sylveon. And then just continue on with the Dazzling Gleams. Or I guess if Sylveon's getting low, Draining Kiss. Is that what you said, Draining Kiss? Or was it something else? Oh, play rough. And just keep Dazzling Gleaming if Sandy Shocks has no steel moves. Now I found one. Does that mean I can buy one? No, okay. Finding them in the wild is better. Okay, good to know. Thank you, sir. I think the sandwich girl will probably tell me I've got a bunch of new sandwiches, possibly, which would be nice. I want a little one over this way. See, Marie. I don't really want Marie. I feel like I've got to just stay in the pasture. I mean, yeah, at this point, mute. I'm getting so exhausted. I can't tell left from right. So I would say just at this point, just if you don't mind, just go through it. Or if you really want to wait and have me continue it, then it will have to probably wait. I'd probably suggest waiting until tomorrow's stream. I'm just so mentally exhausted trying to keep my eyes peeled for a shiny and also try and figure out battling is just taking a big toll on me. Let's just go back. I think that's probably the best bet. We might be able to make more sandwiches, buy more ingredients. Who knows? Maybe it is just best to go for Starly. Maybe look at both. I don't know. I'm going to put some more thought into it, really. Just mainly just going off on a whim. Let's just go back and see if we've got any new sandwiches unlocked. I guess I could have just flown back, but it's a bit late for that. So this is presents. This is then ingredient shop. Here we go. See what's in here then. So yes, this has pretty much got everything that I want. Again, mute. It's not. I've got nothing wrong with doing union circles, but the whole point of doing this challenge is to try and do it without using Herba Mystica, without using other people, and just try and do it solo. So while I appreciate the offer, I'm unfortunately going to have to turn it down. Fairy, dragon, and electric. Okay. Fairy, dragon, electric. We got nothing. Flying. Okay, so there is the flying encounter one here. See what's in here. Again, all level 1 water. Yeah. Let's go and sell some items at the Pokemon Center and see if we can make some money. Maybe we'll try Starly. Useless. Because unfortunately, Pokemon faints, we don't get rid of it, so I got lots of Pokeballs. And see if we can get a Starly or something. This is this guy's shop, isn't it? Yeah, I know about the guy. Unfortunately, I came to him earlier. See, he just says, if I think of any new recipes, I'll be sure to teach them to you. So, fortunately, I can't get it yet. Water, fighting, electric. Okay. It's not in here. I think you need to be able to get ingredients or make some sandwiches, and I haven't really done either yet, so. Dragon. It's. Okay. Get steak. Let's go and see if we can maybe find a Starly or something. At this point, I kind of just want to try and see if we can maybe get a shiny today that we could use. I'll take a Starly. A Starly would be good for the first 2 gyms. I mean, you know, it's kind of a common one, but at this point, I feel like I'm going to need a flying type anyway. The other option is Combi. So we'll have a look. We'll see if we get lucky. The issue is the Starly is so hard to tell that it's almost pointless. Especially with only level 1 encounter, really. We're just going to run into too many Fletchlingers. Because the pool will be split between the 2. Might as well get Duck Norris some levels as well. While we're here. Because I think it's going to be so hard to tell, I'm just going to auto battle as many as I can. Well, pretty much every single one that I run into. Or at least in that way I'll know if any are shiny or not, without having to strain myself too much. Obviously the only issue is if they run. I'm gonna say I know from my encounter with the shiny Staravia that it doesn't really run away when you encounter it. I'm hoping that maybe it will be the same with Starly, that it just doesn't run away, but the rest of the crowd does. Hey George, how's your Monday going? I hope it's going well. Thing is if Duck Norris gets too high level, I might not be able to catch Might not be able to do enough damage to capture any of the other shiny Pokemon that I run into. Yeah. I don't know why they have to chase you around. Getting home is always the best. Especially when you have to go out. Or if you have to go to school or anything like that. Home is a good place to just chillax. I find anyway. Best bet is either I still think Combi is really what I want to go for. Unfortunately, the only real way to make it work would be with a female one, and the odds of that happening are probably very, very low. Yes, I do know it doesn't fully explode. I mean, there's a lot of neat little details when it comes to shiny Pokemon not doing stuff like Sudowoodo doesn't run as fast. Shiny Sudowoodo doesn't run as fast as normal Sudowoodo and things like that. Very small minor bits of attention to detail, but you know, still really good if you're like, wow, that's weird. The crowd is doing one thing, but this one is doing something different. That's partly how I could tell that the Staravia that I ran into was shiny. Was because I walked up to it and it didn't fly away. I was like, that's weird. Counted it. Oh yeah, it's shiny. I think luckily Starly is a little bit easier to tell. I think its wing colors are a slightly different color. Oh yeah, arena trap. Yeah, I know. KO it. Yeah, I can imagine. It's incredibly scary. I mean, I only know because I saw a clip of it on Twitter. If I hadn't seen the clip, I probably would have been absolutely petrified if I come across one. It's just sitting there, just smiling. It just rocks up to me and just blows itself up. I would have been scared out of my pants. The thing is, Combi is super easy to tell from a distance. Whereas I feel like all the other ones in this area are very annoying to spot. Okay, luckily for me, George, I haven't failed any shinies yet. Oh, I mean, you know, shinies that I don't encounter. We had a shiny evolution of Pawmi. I think it's Pawmot. One of the pink guys show up earlier. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too high of a level for me to even attempt catching with Duck Norris. It was level 22, and Duck Norris is only like 13. So I feel like I would have lost the Nuzlocke there and then. If I was counting Duck Norris as part of the Nuzlocke, but you know, I don't think I'm going to. But then it puts a lot more pressure on me once I get my first shiny. It's not my name, George. I cheated and I googled duck names and it was one that came up. I was like, I love that name. I'm going to steal it and name my duck Duck Norris. I know I was going to go for the duck anyway, so it's the only one that I haven't really used yet, and it's... Yeah, female has a different... Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say it'll be nice to keep him, but unfortunately he's going to be boxed the minute that we can, so... As soon as we get our first shiny, he's going to be boxed, so... I'm not going to let him evolve either, I'm just going to keep him as a little duck. No matter how high of a level he gets. I should also probably look up the difference between regular Starly and shiny Starly. I think it is only a very minute change, but I haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary yet. I'm sure I'd get shouted at if I missed it. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's not a horrible name. I could have gone with something else, but for the moment I'm sticking with that. I'm trying to think if there's any other duck Pokemon we could get that we could transfer it over to once we add them to the team, but I don't think there is. That I'm currently any Sinnoh Pokemon in this game anyway. Maybe Floatzel? If I was to go down the Weasel route. Could be a good choice, but seeing as how I've yet to decide. See, I haven't seen The Princess and the Frog. The animated one, the Disney one. Yeah, so I don't get the reference, but Psyduck wasn't introduced in Gen 4. Psyduck was introduced earlier, so I can't count it as in my Sinnoh only run. Otherwise I would. Like, I'm only doing Pokemon that were introduced in Gen 4. Yeah, the evolution of Kwami, that guy. Do I need to go and heal up? Probably. Just in case I run into a shiny. I don't want to have it to... I don't want to have to leave it to... Because my bloody Duck Norris is too low health. But yeah, the aim is to like severely reduce the number of Pokemon that we can use in the run and sort of try and be smart on how we pick the team. Obviously I could go with it like a Garchomp. I still haven't quite gotten every member of the team down yet, so there is room for stuff later down the line to sneak in. So yes, thank you for the tidbits. Like, originally for the water type I was maybe thinking Finneon, but it just depends on whether or not how the hunt's going, whether or not I can be bothered to hunt for it. That's what it comes down to, because I reckon this is going to take an awful long time. Trying to do this at full odds with nothing but encounter sandwiches. Oh Yeah, no, it's not that I was out of duck Pokemon. Because obviously Gold Duck I could have gone with, or you know, all the other duck type Pokemon in the game, whose names I definitely know. But no, it's just that I'm trying to think of a Sinnoh replacement for Duck Norris. That came from the Sinnoh region. And that's in Scarlet and Violet. I had the list somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Maybe I closed it by accident. It doesn't matter. There's only 44 Pokemon. But I want to try and avoid Pokemon of the same types. So it's like I don't want to get like 2 fighting types. Because obviously I could get, or like ice types. Because I could get Snova, Glaceon, Weavile. But then it sort of heavily sways the team. It's like I'll either get a Starly or a Combi, I'm thinking. But then not get the other one. Depending on if I get lucky with a female Combi or not. Because if it's a male Combi, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to continue the hunt. Or progress through the story a little bit and hunt one later when I want to evolve it. Or try and carry a Combi throughout the entirety of the game. You know, just have like a level 60 Combi at the end of the game. It's all still very much up in the air for what I actually do team-wise. I've got Pokemon that I'd like to get. You know, I'd like to add a Glaceon to the team. Not 100% sure how I'm going to do that yet. Like Happiny could be good. But again, Happiny I technically couldn't evolve because it wasn't introduced in Sinnoh. So it's... Do I just go along that line? You know. I feel like I like the limitation of only Sinnoh Pokemon. And then if we're done with the only Sinnoh one earlier, I was thinking maybe I'll take a crack at Unova only. Yeah. So I was gonna spend today hunting Toxicroak, but the issue with Krogunk. The issue that I have with Krogunk is that he's already too high level when you find him out in the wild for doing the first and second gym, because I'm going with a level cap. So I was hoping that I would just get him. Plus he's also really good for I mean, Lucario is also pretty good for the Psychic gym later down the line as well, because he's Steel. But I feel like Lucario gets the... Toxicroak has the better move set, because I can Poison, I can Toxic, I can Venoshock, you know. It gives me a little bit more to work with, I think, than Lucario. Plus, I also feel like lots of people go for... I mean, to be fair, Lucario and Toxicroak, I imagine lots of people go for anyway, so I was going to try and avoid those, you know, common types altogether. But again, Gallade could work, but then it means I wouldn't have a fighting type until later on in the game. I'm thinking for the early game, fighting or poison, flying or poison, sorry, would have been my best choices. I might put it up to a poll for tomorrow for what Pokemon we end up hunting second. Say people seem to love Shinx, but the issue I have with Shinx is that everyone's gonna choose Shinx. So I was thinking of swapping it up and going with Rotom instead. as my electric type on the team, just so then I'm not super tied down. I can swap its form, and that, I reckon that's more of an advantage than a disadvantage, because then I can cover like my fire type weakness. Well, I can cover fire types because I can just, you know, teach it the moves, right? Change its form. So, you know, I feel like that's the most versatile one out there, because it can sort of just be whatever I need it to be. I'll probably get that for the water gym. I imagine it's going to be an absolute pain to hunt, but hopefully it will be good. So I've still got 15 minutes of this sandwich. I'll probably do 15 more minutes and then probably end it there for today. I mean, we're back on this again tomorrow anyway, so it's gonna probably be a while until we run into another shiny again. I mean, the fact that we've already seen one today is, I think, quite good. If we run into one a day, I'll be quite happy, just as long as it's the one we're after. Yeah, or I was thinking her pound on. Go with a pound on and get that for the electric gym. The Gastrodon is also another good choice. But yeah, I was thinking, because there's not really any fire types in this game that were added in Sinnoh, so to cover that, I was thinking Rotom would work quite well. Obviously, I could do flying types, and if I'm getting, you know, a Vespiquen, fingers crossed I can get a female one. But then it also does ice. You know, there's a lot to think about. I was sort of gone into this half with an idea, half not, so being able to decide sort of how we do it as I go along kind of helps me, because it also means I don't have to focus on it so much. I can spend the day working, come home, and then just clock off with this, which is nice, because it's not overly stressful on me. Just me just roaming around looking for a shiny Pokemon. And seeing as how this is currently planned for pretty much every day this month, every weekday this month, I need it to be something that I could just sort of zone out to. But something that I could also possibly use as the footage from later down the line. So the idea in the end is to turn this into a video. So the streams will also stay up more as an archive of the events, more so than anything. Also to try and get me more used to talking, because I don't normally do it, and if I have to do some sort of voiceover for the video, then I need to get used to talking. And what better way than to subject you all to me? So yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing. So Sidekick, I was thinking Bronzong rather than... See, there's a lot of tanky Pokemon, so I'm not too worried about it in the late game. It's just the early game that I'm a little bit more worried about. Because obviously if we lose, like the first gym fight or something like that, I'm going to be absolutely distraught. Thanks, No. I'm glad someone thinks so. But, you know. Oh, I forgot Arena Trap. Or couldn't get away. I wasn't looking. But, you know, if I can do it for... What would it be? It would be 3 hours a day. So... 15 hours a week. By the end of it, by the end of the month, I would have done 60 hours. So, you know, hopefully I'll be more used to it and more confident in myself more so than anything. I'm not too worried what you lot think, because you lot can just leave, right? If you're not enjoying it, if you don't like it, you can just move on to something else. So I unfortunately am stuck with me. So this is like a triple-edged stream test. One, to see if I can manage streaming and talking for, you know, 3 hours straight, which I've done alright with today. The second is seeing how draining daily streaming is on me. Obviously I announced it earlier in the stream, but for those who weren't here, daily shorts will probably be taking a back burner, just due to the fact that the times that I used to spend making them is now spent streaming instead. So I think there's 1 or 2 more ready to go, and then nothing else. So unless I can get round to making some based on what happens on the stream, which, you know, I could do, there's not much I can do for that. So shorts will probably die down. Streams there'll be a lot more of, so, you know, if you tune in for the streams, there's enough, or if you enjoy the streams, there's enough content that will be coming out this month for you. And if you're a shorts enjoyer, unfortunately to say, that's obviously on the back burner for a little while. I don't know if it will return. It depends on how well this experiment goes. If this experiment works, how I'm hoping it will work, it probably won't come back to daily. We might do weekly. Just, you know, a little bit of like a stream update, what's happened in the past week sort of thing. Just to keep those who can't make it to all the streams up to date so they don't feel left out or anything like that. Yes, so Miss Magius was also on the block. But again, I need to get the... So I'm going to say, there's a lot of Pokemon on the block. It's just a case of actively getting around to doing it. And that's the thing, is that it's just the time that it takes to find them, right? So I've got Piglets. Yeah, it's the case of getting them, and that's the time-consuming bit. Story probably won't take more than, like, you know, 4 or 5 streams to get through, but it's building the team that will take the longest amount of time. So it might be that I try and get 1 or 2 shiny Pokemon before we go to this gym and through to the next sort of thing. I haven't poured a huge amount of thought into it, other than wanting to do it and forcing myself to do it, and coming up with the idea to do it. You know, nothing super strenuous. I'm gonna say, so far the team most likely is looking, hopefully, Vespiquen. Vespiquen is the end goal, obviously, so it's most likely Combi, Rotom, either, well, probably Hippowdon, Gastrodon, and Bronzor. and then maybe Magius. So I think it's a very, very good team. I think there should be no reason why we can't get through the game with those ones. And obviously Hippowdon and Gastrodon also help out for the late game stuff as well. Ooh. No, I'm not that insane yet, just yet, George. I was thinking maybe doing there's the gym challenge where you catch a new shiny before every gym. I was thinking maybe that would be cool. But again, so the idea is that if we're done with this within like 2 weeks, which I doubt it, but we could be, then what I'll do is I'll start another challenge, and we'll just see, you know, try and decide what challenge to do, whether to move on and do like Gen 5. I was thinking maybe doing Gen 5 because there's a lot of Gen 5 Pokemon in this game. A lot of my favorite ones as well, like Beartic, you know, Axew, Haxorus, and doing that sort of stuff. Or whether we try and do a shiny gym challenge, where we just run around, catch a shiny before every gym, and then fight using that Pokemon. You know, there's a lot, and I mean, it might continue. I might continue the daily streams through into March. I'm sorry, May. March has been, and it might just be that that's how we just do the streams from now on. It's just daily streams. Everything's up in the air at the moment. A little bit of experimenting. Among Us. Yeah, Among Us could be quite fun. Pokemon Among Us. Or just Among Us in general. Give me a good excuse to buy it in VR. And use that as a good excuse. Just, oh yeah, no. You know, I'm streaming it. There you go. That poll just ended. So I wanted to try something new with the thumbnail, and I just wanted to see what you all thought of it more so than anything. So if it's an alright format, I'll probably just keep using that. Oh, see, this sun setting is really throwing me off on these Pokemon. Some of them kind of look shiny in different lights. Gong. Not gone. Oh, a Moongus, yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of... So that's what I was thinking, right, is that, you know, just go through the different gens. I mean, you know, there's lots of people... I've seen videos with people going around and catch every shiny Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. That's a cool concept. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to copy it. So what way to do it? What, you know, way to do a similar video but not copy it is to change it up. I've seen lots of people doing the shiny only types for the Nuzlocks, for the hardcore Nuzlocks for Scarlet and Violet. Again, good idea. How do you do it differently? Only use a set gen of Pokemon. You know, there's... I mean, it depends how long it takes to complete each one. If it takes like a month to do each one, then... you know, that's 9 months of streams. So yeah, so that's the only thing that I'm dreading, is that we run into a combi and it's a male. A shiny combi and it's a male. It would absolutely destroy me, but I think most of them are male. And the issue is that we can't catch the... We can't catch a Vespiquen because the Vespiquen counts. The Vespiquen is too high level for the first gym. So if I find one, I'll be ecstatic. but then I wouldn't be able to use it until the second gym. So then I'm still stuck without a shiny Pokemon to start the game. So, you know, it's 1 and 2/4, right? It's like, yeah, I got the shiny, but then I'm stuck with... Then I can't use it until the next gym. So, I'm going to say, someone... Still nothing. No, nothing, Keith. Still nothing. Unfortunately, and I think I'm going to have to end it soon because I am starting to feel exhausted. But that's good. We don't want to progress through the game too quickly now, do we? We breezed through it. It wouldn't make streams fun. Would mean, well, it probably would. Probably make it more fun than it is, but I'm gonna say, yeah, again, that's a really good challenge, George. But again, you can like take it up a notch. You can do like shiny only. So there's the females. So do the females only spawn with Vesper Queen? Because if that's the case, I now know I'm limiting my hunt down to here. Yeah, those are all male. Female, female. Okay, maybe I just need to do that. Oh, goodness, Jimbo, you're a lot more of a brave person than I am, doing them all at the same time. See, if I had the speed, it would make this a bit better, but I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna say there's a lot of challenges that you can put the twist on. So, you know, it might be that I change to a Pokemon challenge channel, you know, shiny challenge channel, and just go through all the games looking for... I know, so they do spawn outside. Okay, that's good to know. And I just try and do the game that way, because I can stream it and then, you know, edit it down into, you know, a 20-minute, 30-minute video, you know, once a month. And then it's nice and easy, right? Because unfortunately, I don't have, you know, 12, 13 hours I can spend each day sitting down shiny hunting. So I have to choose and pick my battles, and it's either do this or not. So bees. But you know, it is what it is. It'll be what it'll be. If you lot decide, you know, ugh, we don't like that, we're not going to watch the streams, I'll go back to doing what I was doing before. It doesn't matter to me either way. But I thought, you know what, we'll try something. It won't hurt. It might, but fortunately I'm at the point of not caring enough. I don't plan on relying on YouTube for the money anyway, so I don't plan on making a job out of it, so for me, I'm just doing this as a side thing. Man, this luck. That Palmwee? Don't even know the name of some of the new Pokemon. We got super lucky with finding that one shiny. Since then, it's been nothing but garbage. Well, garbage in that none of it was shiny. Nothing else has been shiny yet, but you know, I can live with it if we get one. this rate, I'm probably still going to be here tomorrow with no shiny. But I did sort of anticipate that it would take a while to get started, so... yeah. We found, it was a full odd shiny, the evolution of Palmy. Little, pink guy. About 15-20 minutes into actually playing the game. That's it. Keith remembers it. Yeah, after being released from the tutorial, I went and tried to see if I could maybe catch a Krogunk for the first gym. Fortunately, they're too high level, so I can't use them. Even if I manage to get one. So, I left, but before I left, yeah, we found one. About an hour and a half into the stream, I think. If you wanna, I'll try and get the timestamp for you. About 38 in. 38 minutes in. Just cresting up the hill after leaving the Pokemon Center. Just sitting there. Full odds. The only thing I had on was an encounter sandwich. But unfortunately I had no way of catching it. Well, no, I did, but I had no way of dealing damage to it or anything like that. There was a bloody level, what was it? It was 22, I think. Duck Norris then was only like a level 10, so... thought it's best not to worry about it. So I left it. Just carried on walking. I was too fixated on the Krogunk. There you go. He's got the time. I knew it was around then. So I just scrubbed through the footage of the stream, so... to not have to worry about making any more shorts for the moment, so I can just probably stream a little bit longer. I was planning on stopping at 9, but I'll literally just end stream and sleep, so I can go on a little bit longer. Especially if it means we get a shiny. But I also definitely feel like the speed boosts and all of the boosts you get later on in the game are definitely very helpful. To the point where I kind of just want to go and do all the Titans. So that I can just jump and hover and fly around and speed around quickly. Fortunately, I think this is all the stream is going to be for a little while, is just me roaming around until we find a shiny, catching said shiny, and then leveling the shiny up so then we can take on the gym. But, you know, if we get one shiniest stream, this stream was very much only half shiny hunting, just due to the fact that that half of it was actually getting to the point where we could play the game. So hopefully tomorrow's stream goes a little bit better, in that we'll be spending the full three and a bit hours shiny hunting, so we should hopefully get one. Ooh. Oh. No, George. It's the same with like unions and things like that. Like, I'm grateful for the offers, but the issue that I have with it is that it would have to be, I mean, one, if it was a shiny mon, it would be incredibly rare, right? Like, it's not like it's a trivial thing, but it's more that if I don't know. If I had a shiny already, and I could use it to defeat the raid, possibly, I would have to think about that. But I'm more siding on the side of no. I wouldn't count that. As cool as it would be, because obviously it's a very rare occurrence. Kevin, I don't think I am either, but it's mainly just running around. I've got chill music on, and I'm sitting here rambling, so I'm good. I don't know how you lot can sit in here and just listen to me ramble. As someone who, well, as someone who doesn't like the sound of his own voice, imagining sitting there for hours on end listening to myself ramble on, I dread it. Ouch. Oh, god damn it. Especially at this point of the evening, where I'm 3 hours in after a full day of work, and I'm just like, I just want to sleep. Thanks, Keith. Yeah, it was a good hunt. I was very lucky though. I don't think I'll ever get a another quick shiny like that again. I say quick, it was still 200 eggs, so it wasn't exactly quick, but you know. Like I say, from what I understand, Jimbo, lots of people do, right? Like it's just, well, most people do. Obviously, I imagine there are some people out there who love the sound of their own voice. But for me, I just have to get used to it. And one of the ways to do that for me is just talk. I feel like if I just subject myself to hours and hours of talking, I'll eventually just get over the fact that I don't like the sound of my own voice. Yeah, see, but it's also a case of getting the shiny in the first place, right, George? Because it's a rare occurrence. If I stumbled across it, I might consider it. But if it's like an invite thing, I don't think I would. But again, I mean, you know, if it happens some point down the line, maybe. It might be something that I need to consider about for like a future run or something like that. If I do a future run after this. Obviously, if you lot are enjoying just sitting here listening to me ramble while I go insane looking for shinies, then maybe it's something that will continue after April. That is true. Stranger things have happened. But yeah, so it's all circumstantial at the moment. Whether I decide to continue this or shelve it. But you know, for me, by the end of this week, I'll know if it's something that I reckon I can deal with by Friday. I'll know if I can handle it, because 1 day is fine, 2 is okay maybe, but a week I'll be like, okay, Sunday, just so everyone who is in here is aware, will be the normal Sunday stream stuff. So it will just be chill music and me running around hatching a bunch of eggs. Most likely still Oshawott, because I still have a load of Oshawott eggs. I think I got like 20 boxes and I haven't even hatched half of them yet. So even though I got one, I'm going to continue with that. And probably by the time I'm done with that, well, I'll know if there's we'll know the next starter that's coming in, right, by that point. So I can then prep for that the week after. If not, then I'll continue with one of the other runs that I haven't finished yet. Score Bunny or Charmander or something like that. Because those are unfortunately ones that I haven't been able to finish yet. I would say hopefully it will be Typhlosion or something like that. I'm gonna say I'm sure there's some leaker out there who knows what it's gonna be. But as someone who doesn't spend a lot of time on the Pokemon side of Twitter, I'm not very versed in all of that. To be fair, I don't spend a lot of time other than playing the game looking at Pokemon stuff. I know I probably should, other than doing some research again for this stream and maybe a video on it, but for the most part I'm very very secluded from watching Pokemon content. Which, you know, I don't mind. Something they could do, George, but you know, I honestly don't know. I think if they were gonna do Hisuian Typhlosion, they would have done Hisuian Samurott, right? Rather than regular Samurott. Because obviously, in theory, you could breed Hisuian Samurott into regular Samurott anyway. I don't think you can do the vice versa. I don't think you can do regular to Hisuian. So they might do, don't get me wrong. I'm no expert on the manner. It's not my subject of expertise, but one can only assume what the Pokemon Company is thinking of doing next. I mean, who saw the Lechonk thing coming from for April Fools? I mean, yeah, it would be a curveball. Or maybe, you know, they just haven't thought that far ahead. I think the issue is, right, is that as soon as they come out, they're going to be flooded in anyway, right? I mean, to be fair, they could do, I was thinking that maybe legendary raids, but then the thing is that if you want legendaries, you go to Sword and Shield, right? Because Sword and Shield have all of the max raid dens. So you buy the DLC, you get access to all the legendaries. That's how I see it, right? Is that you wouldn't introduce it into this game because it would stop people from getting all of the legendaries in Sword and Shield. New legendaries, maybe, but the ones up to Sword and Shield, I would have thought they wouldn't do it for. Which is why I need to finish Sword and Shield. Well, my sword, sorry, so then I can actually do the DLC. Again, that might just be another thing that we just add on to the streams if I'm doing, you know, if we get this done anytime soon. You know, part of the charm of this is full odds, so if it takes me 12 hours to get a shiny combi, it takes me 12 hours to get a shiny combi. Female one would be nice as well. Or if we get a crit op, we get a Deli Woot, I'll be happy with a Deli Woot. I don't think I could survive through the night if I saw a shiny and it wasn't a Pokemon that I could actively use. I feel like that would just destroy me from the inside. Yes, I feel like that could be a good way to do it, right? Is to bring raids in for the shiny Pokemon of this game, right? So Koraidon, Miraidon, all of the Treasures of Ruin, the new DLC Pokemon, which will probably also be shiny locked anyway. And do it like what they did with Walking Wake and Iron Leaves, right? Just do it that way. Where you just have a raid week. You're like, you know, you can only catch one. And that's how you limit it, right? Or that's how you can claim that you've attempted to limit it. You know, I don't think it's a bad idea. I just can't foresee them doing it. I feel like if they were going to, Pokemon Day would have been the best place to announce it, right? Like, look, for Pokemon Day, we're giving you shiny Koraidon and shiny Miraidon. Instead, they introduced new Paradox Pokemon. Whether that's how they plan to do it going forward, I don't know. Yeah, again, I don't know why they've decided that they need to shiny lock legendary Pokemon. Unless the idea of legendary Pokemon is that they can never be shiny because there is so few of them, right? But then you're looking at it from a lore perspective, not a gameplay perspective, right? Some people enjoy the actual thrill of hunting for a shiny, so why not let them? And then obviously you can argue Sword and Shield, you can just shiny hunt in that. But then you don't get all of them, so it's, you know, there must be some reason why Game Freak have decided to do it the way that they're doing it. You know, to me, at the end of the day, I don't care. If I can't get them shiny anymore, then I'll just have to hunt them in the old games and bring them all the way through. Like, you know, at least for all the old ones. The new ones, you know, it's a bummer, but considering that they have shiny forms, they must have some plan for them. If, you know, if they data mined and they were like, there's no shiny forms for these Pokemon, I'd be like, okay, so there's no shiny form of this Pokemon. I think they just want to get people into the game, right? Like, if you're spending 6 hours shiny hunting at the beginning of the game, just soft resetting, right? It just... You are, especially considering I think they made the cutscene really long as well. Although I guess you can save before the cutscene, right? And then soft reset there. But Alola was a super long intro before you could cycle and see. So, and they weren't shiny locked. I think some of the other ones were slightly shorter, but you know, it's at the end of the day, it's up to them, isn't it? They must be thinking of something, but given, I think what they're possibly thinking is that remakes won't be shiny locked for the starters, right? Like BDSP. Exactly. If you have a Pokemon that you have no shiny form for at all, that's fine, right? But if you make a shiny form for a Pokemon, people expect to be able to get the shiny form. So if they'd made no shiny form for any of the new legendaries, I'd be like, right, that's fine. They're stopping that going forward. Yeah, but it's basically no difference, right? But again, if you weren't supposed to get the Pokemon shiny, don't make a shiny form. That's how I see it. If you're going to make a shiny, let us hunt it, or let it be acquirable. Is how I see it, right? Like, I'm not a huge fan of them locking stuff behind paywalls. I get why they do it, don't get me wrong. You know, they need the money from the games. Whatever the games cost, you know, huge. They take a long time to make. You know, the worlds are getting bigger, more complex. We're asking for more from the games. So I get why they need to put stuff behind DLC walls. And as someone who has already paid for the DLC, you know, it's a bit hypocritical, but I just wish they wouldn't. I enjoyed the third release of a game. Like, Platinum was my favorite from Gen 4. Black and White 2. Like, I've been buying both Pokemon games for years. So, you know, I've been okay with owning multiple games. I mean, even Scarlet and Violet. I own both Scarlet and Violet. I don't need to. Don't get me wrong. Before I started doing the doing stuff for YouTube, I would still buy both. Now, you know, it's just an added bonus. But locking then extra stuff behind a paywall from that just doesn't feel right. Like, for me to get the Violet exclusives, I think I need to buy another DLC for my Violet game. Because I think that's how it worked with Sword and Shield, was that I bought the DLC for my Sword game, I can't use it on my Shield game, so if I want any Pokemon that are locked behind version exclusives, I have to have both. So then it takes Pokemon from 50 British pounds, so about $50 I think is what it roughly is, $50 to $60, right? So it takes it from that to you have to buy the DLC as well, so then that's $80. So then for me to have all Pokemon, I'm suddenly spending $160, $180, $160 on, you know, in essence, 4 Pokemon games. And I like Pokemon, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of money arguably, yes, if you make content on it and you make money off of it, fine, spend it. But you know, if you're an avid fan, fine. But if you're an avid fan, you're buying it no matter what, right? It's like some people took a break from Pokemon for a few years. I didn't, right? Like they were like, I weren't happy with the way the game was going. I'm not gonna get it anymore. That's fine, right? Like, speak with your wallet. But then part of me makes me think that Game Freak looked at that and went, sales are down, we need to figure out ways to make more money from the people who are actively playing the game still. And I think the way they decided on that was DLC. You know, send out an unfinished game and we can tack on other stuff with DLC. I'm gonna say, yeah, Jimbo, that's you know, I've got nothing wrong with that. I would, but you know, I'm lucky enough that I can just poke you guys and be like, hey, I need help finishing my decks. Can you send me some Pokemon? Or I can do raids or trades, you know. And I think the trading is one of the best things in Pokemon. Or sorry, not the trading, the community, right? Like, people come in and they're like, you know, oh, I can help you do this if you want. You know, I love that. I you know, for me personally, I don't, for this sort of challenge, I feel like I don't want the help, but I know if I did, I could just put, you know, I need help or help me with this in the title, and I'm sure loads of people would come in and be like, yeah, I can help you with that. You know, but for locking certain Pokemon behind DLC of a version exclusive, I don't think they're version exclusive, sorry. I think they're DLC exclusive, right? Like one is in part 1, one is in part 2. So I don't think this really works for that. So this ramble is pretty much pointless. But you know, the idea is still there that they can lock Pokemon behind a paywall. Version exclusive has always been a thing, but it's just DLC exclusive that I don't think they'll ever do. Because I imagine there'll be some uproar. But that's why trading is such a good thing, and the community is so nice. I mean, at this point, Pokemon is a huge game. I've got family members that play it, and I'm just like, cool. I've got older brothers who've been playing it for longer than me. You know, my brothers have got kids that are playing it. I love that we can all get along. You know, we all enjoy it. We all have our own favorite things about the games. And, you know, it's a great thing, but, you know, that's why I'm sort of glad that Legends Arceus hasn't had a DLC. As cool as a DLC would be for Legends Arceus, I'm like, yeah, the game was really, really good. And I don't know if they're going to keep pursuing that style of game. I wish they do, because I loved Legends Arceus. It felt so much better than this. But, you know, I can't do much about that. Okay, well, I think we'll end the rant there for DLC shit. Because I think I'm just too tired to continue. I'll do another 5 minutes, I think. What time is it? Yeah, I'll do another 5 minutes. We'll keep going around and see if we can find anything. But at this point, I don't think it's likely. I think we're probably about it for today. I'll probably also just keep the thumbnail the same for the moment until I, you know, I'm feeling a bit more like changing it, because I'm not 100% sure what the plan will be for tomorrow, but probably just more going around looking for a combi or a Cricketune or something like that. So I would say I'd play more off stream, but really the only thing that I could do is do like an hour first thing in the morning, and I don't want to accidentally run into a shiny then. So I'll probably just continue tomorrow's stream right where we leave off today. Just because then it's just easier for me. So dreading Hippowdon, because I don't think that shiny form is much different to its regular form. Like Starly, it's very close in colour, but there is a difference. But I definitely think Gastrodon is a good choice. But again, I think it's level locked. I think if I did Krogunk and Gastrodon at the same time, it would probably be a bit better. No, shiny. I know they're both on that coast. Alright, Jimbo. Yeah, I'll see you next stream. I'm going to say I'm not going to be on much longer, so you're probably not going to miss much. But thanks for stopping by today. I appreciate it. That's alright. That's right, George. Yeah, I'll see you next time. I'm going to say stream's probably just about over now, so it'll probably be where I end it for today, so you're not going to miss too much. But yeah, I'll see you next stream. See you next time, or whenever, yeah, whenever you can stop on by. Going between these two is probably the best bet for finding one. I don't know if there's any way to increase the female spawn odds. These pastures are probably the best place for them. think they can spawn in the group, but if they don't, then sort of out of luck. Which is a shame, but not the end of the world. Luckily, these don't have sturdy, or otherwise this battle would be very annoying. See, they're all mad. So really, I want to avoid the big batches of them. And really, I just want to focus on these two batches up here, right? I don't want to... I mean, you know, I'll take any shiny, really, but... ideally, I'd want a female shiny, because then I can evolve it. Having the male one just leaves me too weak to continue, right? It's not awful, don't get me wrong, but it limits the amount of possibilities that I have. Let's check this LUN, and then that's probably will be where we end it today. Let's just see. Nope. Okay. Let's save that. Okay. So, no real luck on this first stream, unfortunately, but you know, we have started, so that is the main thing. Half the battle is starting. So tomorrow, I think we'll continue. We'll probably just get straight on and in with the combi hunt. Because I think that's going to be our first member onto the team. Is a shiny female combi, so fingers crossed we get that tomorrow. And then once we do, we can just start on the story. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for liking the stream. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow when we continue on the story. Continue on the journey. So, thanks very much for watching.